A moment of silence for all broken marriages. Many marriages start out on a good footing, on a high gear, on a foundation of love and romance. And suddenly, you don't know what happens. We'll be looking at the various stages in marriage. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. The number of divorce worldwide is averagely 1.5 divorce cases every year. And you might be asking yourself if these persons were forced to marry each other or they actually agreed to marry mutually. If you're new here, I am Miranda, your marriage and relationship coach. Please, before we continue, leave us a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever we make videos like this. Two lovebirds marry each other excitedly, and suddenly, after 1, 2, 3 years, they are parting ways. We will be looking at the various stages of marriage. The first stage is the romance stage. Here, you're still madly in love with each other. Um, you want to spend more time with each other. You invest your energy trying to be at your best. You want to please your spouse. You want to please your partner. You're doing everything possible to make sure that your partner is at ease. You want to live your dream marriage. You know, each one comes into a marriage with the plan of the way he wants his marriage to look like. So during this first period of time, you're doing your best to live your dream marriage. And for a marriage wherein the man is very expressive, this stage lasts longer, because when a man is expressive emotionally, it easily makes the woman to become more expressive. It turns the woman on, and the marriage becomes more lively. So during that period of time, this stage can last for about 1, 2, or maybe 3 years. And after that, boom, the butterflies are gone out of the window. The second stage is the frustration stage. Oh, now that we get to stay together, we get to discover each other's faults and weaknesses. We get to discover each other's shortcomings and limits, and we get to step on each other's toes. Yes, even at very little things. Principled persons suffer the most. Maybe you realize that your partner is not as tidy as he or she used to claim to be or appear to be, and you get to have conflicts at very, very little things. I know of a couple wherein the man used to complain of the way his wife used to press the toothpaste. Yeah, he said that the wife would press the toothpaste from the middle, not from the bottom. It may sound as something very banal to you or something very minimal to you, but it was something very serious for him. Conflicts about child upbringing, conflicts about money management, conflicts about who does what, the role of the man, the role of the woman. No matter how much of these you discuss in courtship, you will still have conflicts. Yeah, you will have conflicts because, firstly, you are brought up in two different homes, two different environments, and secondly, because you see life differently from each other. Each one sees life through his glasses, called his past experiences. So you will have conflicts. You will have conflicts about the way discussions should be done, conflicts about how to manage maybe frustration. So these conflicts will always occur. However, this stage of frustration will last for as long as the couple is ready to start to work as a team to build their marriage. Generally, most couples end at the frustration stage and part ways. That's why you see marriages of maybe some celebrities, after 3 years, they have parted ways. You see marriage after 5 years, they have parted ways. Maybe after 2 years, they have parted ways. And this is because the frustration stage was so heated that you get to the point where you even have the impression that you made the wrong choice. You didn't choose right. And you decide to part ways so that you go and start all over again. I'm not talking about a marriage where the couple did not prepare to marry. I'm not talking about a marriage where there was abuse, physical abuse or emotional abuse. That's not the kind of marriage I'm talking about. I'm talking about a marriage wherein the two were actually in love. There wasn't any form of abuse, neither emotional nor um physical abuse. There wasn't any form of violence, but there is this conflict, heated conflict, the feeling that you chose wrong. One person may be too disciplined, the other person may be carefree. One person may be very disciplined with the use of money, and the other person may be someone who squanders money. And these little differences that pop up, you turn to think that you guys don't match. You guys cannot be able to spend the rest of your life together, despite the fact that you had made vows at the altar to spend your forever. So this stage would last for as long as the couple gets ready to work as a team to build their marriage. The third stage is the building stage. At this stage, the two must agree to work together as a team. Some people say that for marriage to work, one person must die to himself or decide to play the fool. I'm not a fan of that theory. Why? Because the person may actually lose himself in the process and turn out to even die in actual sense because of accumulated pains and accumulated frustrations that has tempered with his health along the way. So you realize that in such a theory, one person is living his life at the expense of the other. This is what I think. For marriage to work, the two must come together to be committed and devoted to seeing that marriage work. The two may decide to see a counselor in case the situation is very serious, or may both agree to pick a couple to serve as a mentor and coach. They must both consciously take a decision to stop fighting each other and to fight anything that wants to come between them. They must get to understand that each one is important and indispensable for the relationship to work. They must get to protect each other's interests, plan and re-strategize their future together. They must decide to learn about each other and learn from each other. Why learn about each other? If you want to make me happy, instead of looking from I don't know where, why not simply say, honey, what can I do to make you happy today or to relieve you of some weight? And in case you ask a question like this, be ready to do what is asked of you. The two must agree to talk, to communicate, to express their feelings openly, considering that your partner is not in your head. You can't just sit and assume that your partner should know what you're thinking. If you need something, why not make an audible demand that I would like you to expressing your feelings and expressing clearly what you want. So the two must actively decide to work on their marriage. Maybe make plans on when they have to talk, maybe make plans on evaluating their marriage, maybe asking a question like, okay, on a scale of 0 to 10, what do you think about this week for the week? How do you evaluate the week? About this aspect of my attitude that you complained about, what do you think? Have I gotten better? What do you think I can also ameliorate? You must decide to talk about their managing their finances, managing their money. You must decide to work on maybe their spirituality. If it's a couple that believes in spirituality, you must decide to talk about their pains, their fears, their frustrations. In case your partner hurts you, you should be ready to talk about it, and you should also be ready to forgive your partner in case your partner asks for forgiveness, or even if he doesn't ask for forgiveness, you be ready to forgive your partner. You should be ready to say I'm sorry. You should be ready to get better. You should be ready to learn to do things that make your partner happy, because since you come from different backgrounds, you come from different homes, you do things normally differently. Now you should be able to ask, what is it that I do that doesn't make you happy? What is it in my character that doesn't make you happy? And this has to be two-way. That means the couple must decide to work on their communication and work on their bond. It must be a two-way thing. Both partners must get involved and get interested in making the thing, the marriage work. It is a day-to-day work, learning and getting better in the process. That is why you can see couples that have lived and lasted for 20, 15, 20, 30 years together. That's why you can hear couples say, my husband or my wife is my best friend. You can see some couples get become complices. It is hard work that has been put in. When marriage gets to this stage, it can last for a lifetime. Was your marriage in difficulty and you just found the key? Or are you preparing to marry and you just had an answer to some of your questions? Or were you asking yourself why marriages nowadays don't last? Please leave us a comment, like, subscribe to our channel, and why not hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever we make videos like this. See you in our next video.